Well, hello. Welcome back. I'm back. So it's been 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks since I've last done a vlog. I am back here in my house in Phoenix, Arizona. I came off trail beginning to mid-April, I think. I got off in Franklin, North Carolina, for multiple reasons. Feet, ankles, knees, hips definitely were talking to me a lot more during the day than I had liked. I was in a lot of pain. I was in a lot of pain. I began to not trust my body. The terrain was getting a little rockier. The last night there in Rock Gap Shelter, um, I almost fell just walking to the privy. It uh, I was beginning to not trust my body, and that was scary. That was scary for me. I didn't know how I was going to handle the Smoky Mountains. That's what I was getting ready to go to. Within a week, I would have been in the Smoky Mountains, and the elevation was getting to me. I was smaller climbs that wouldn't have affected me in Georgia at the lower elevations were quite the opposite there in North Carolina. It was much higher elevation, and that was affecting me. I wasn't hiking my own hike. I I met and was hiking with a forager who I dearly love, and that was kind of the problem because I wanted to stay with her and hike with her, and she definitely just had a faster pace than and she could just go faster. I actually slowed her down quite a bit, actually. So I did bigger miles than I needed to. I pushed my body farther than it needed to be, and it took its toll. You know, they say hike your own hike. Well, thought I was. I wasn't. I wasn't. I was just trying. I had the wrong mindset. They say that the trail is um, a mental challenge more than a physical challenge. Although I did have some physical challenges, I would 100% agree. It is definitely a mental game. You're out there, and there's so many little underlying factors that in normal, just day to day life, you wouldn't even think about because you have 50,000 other things that are distracting you throughout the days. So when you're out there, you have nothing else to think about except the little things. And if your head isn't right, it's those little things, talk about making a mountain out of a molehill. Well, any little thing can easily become that mountain, even though it really is just that minuscule little molehill. And also, you're going up and over all these mountains. So you've got the physical mountains that you're dealing with, but then the emotional and mental mountains that aren't there, but yet you're creating them. So, anyways, there was all of that, and my head wasn't in the right place. When I hit the 100 miles there at the tower, I don't know if you saw the video, but I was so emotionally drained at that point. I wasn't even excited about hitting the 100 miles. And that really disappointed me. I I knew that my head wasn't on straight at that time, and I knew that I needed a reset. Yes, I had some physical pain, but it was the mental that really got me off the trail because I have since I've been home. So I got off in Franklin. Since coming home, I have 100% internalized and been introspective. I've been introspective towards all of my aches and pains. I haven't taken pain medications or ibuprofen, Aleve, all of the over the counter things, because I wanted to feel what I needed to feel so I could properly heal, so I could get back out on trail. I purposefully came home from Franklin, well, Asheville. I went to Asheville, North Carolina, and got on a Greyhound bus and came back out here to Phoenix. I didn't want to just get in an airplane and be home in a couple of hours and jump back into life. I wanted a few days just to internalize everything that I had gone through, everything that I was feeling, and figure out what I was going to do next. I had pretty much this year planned to be on trail the whole time. So I had no plans. I had no goals. I had a home to come to. I had my husband to come home to, but I didn't have any personal goals that I was coming home to pick up and keep me occupied. So I wanted those couple of days on the Greyhound bus to kind of figure out what's next. What's next for Nancy? If you're thinking about taking a Greyhound bus anywhere longer than, let's say, a 4-hour trip, I would highly suggest don't. That was one of the worst experiences of my life. That was horrible. I cannot give less stars, on a rating scale of 1 to 5 stars. I mean, it was like -20. It was horrible. But it was kind of fitting. It was kind of, what do they call it? Poetic justice, because I knew that I had let myself down for why I was getting off trail. Because it was the mental. I had heard and read and done all the things, and I knew that it was going to be a mental challenge, and I was not up for it. I did not handle it well. So in these 6 to 8 weeks, I probably should know how long I've been home. It's probably closer to 8 weeks. I have listened to my body. I know exactly what my issues are, and it's all tendons. It's not any real joint disability or injury or anything like that. It was tight. My tendons are tight. So things that I had planned on doing while I was out there with such stretching, I didn't stretch like I said I was going to. I had all these routines that I was going to do. I didn't do it. Why? Ignorance. I should have. So I know what I did wrong. I know how to correct it. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So the exciting news is I am going and I am getting back on trail. I am getting back on trail in July. It just works out with a trip that my husband and we planned, and we're doing this. We're going to be in Tennessee. So I'm going to be starting in Standing Bear. It's like roughly mile 240. So I'm going to be starting there in July, and I cannot be any more excited. That gives me another month to continue to do the stretches and the different therapies that I'm doing to relieve all of my tight tendons. So I ended up not only with plantar fasciitis in both feet, I have, oh, let me try to think. No, that's not the right word. Post-tibial tendonitis. I had Achilles tendonitis, and whatever the tendon is on the outside of my right foot that goes like, I can't think of it right now, but it goes behind my ankle bone to like one of my outside toes. They're on the side of your foot. Anyway, but that goes all the way up. So I mean, tight calves, tight all the things, but IT band, I mean, all the things. It's like, geez, I just needed to stretch. I had a cork ball that I was actually given because some lady had seen me on trail, and she was a nurse, and she's like, hey, somebody gave this to me, here, you need it more than I do. And I never used it. It was just stubbornness, and stubbornness isn't going to obviously get me where I wanted to be. So I have taken advantage of REI's a big sale for Memorial Day, or their anniversary sale, or whatever the heck it is. I have purchased a bear canister, so that will alleviate the stresses that I experienced trying to do the bear line for my food bag. So I've eliminated that stress. With the July start date, I've eliminated the cold. I got so cold. It was like some of my non-stretching was due to it just being so cold. I didn't want to take the time to 10-15 minutes. I know it sounds stupid, but I didn't want to take the time to stretch because I was so cold. I knew that once I started hiking, I would warm up. So it was just like, Nancy, get your butt together, get everything packed up, and get back on trail, because that's how you're going to get warm, because you're freezing right now. I didn't realize, I knew it was going to be colder than obviously here in Arizona, but I didn't realize how I was going to be affected by the colder temperatures. I didn't do well. So starting obviously in the summer, it's not going to be, in the teens at night, to where I'm waking up to 20s and in the morning. So that is exciting. But also with that, I've dropped like 5 pounds worth of clothes, and some other things. But I was looking at my pack weight today, and I literally have eliminated 6 pounds just from my base weight. So that allowed me to have the bear canister, and what else did I add? I added a compression sack, a waterproof compression sack, which will eliminate a lot of the issues and just stupidness. I'll show you how I pack up my backpack now that I have the compression sack. It's so much better. But I was able to get rid of the big bag liner that I had. I can put everything in this waterproof compression sack that needs to stay dry, and it takes up so much less room within my pack. So I eliminated roughly 6 pounds of gear and only added like 2.7 pounds with the bear can and just some other, like that compression sack. So I was very happy about that. So completely like 3 pounds down. But I just wanted to pop on, tell everybody hello, and I miss actually, doing these daily vlogs and just kind of talking. And I don't know, they say you like to hear yourself talk, but I think I do. The videos are, I definitely am going to continue doing the daily videos while on trail. I also am anticipating the videos be slightly different. A little bit more footage. I am going to be, pulling the my phone. I'm going to be pulling my phone out more often, more frequently during the day, because I'm not trying to get anywhere. I'm not going to wake up and be dead set on, I have to make it here and feel like it needs to be, a decent mileage. If I, get up and I'm not feeling well, if I go 1 mile, if I go 2 miles, that's fine. I don't anticipate this being a through hike any longer. I'm just going to be a lasher. If I make it all the way to Katahdin, now I do know that I need to go back and do the Smokies, between Franklin and where I'm getting on. But I'll hit them. Whether it's in 2023, that's to be determined. With this new mindset that I have, who knows? I don't know how far I'll go. I'm actually really excited because there's no stress. There's no pressure. I really wanted to make it to Damascus to go to trail days. Well, that's over. That's over. So there's no other set date that I need to, there's no set date of anything that I need to hit. If I'm killing it and feeling awesome, if I think it's getting too late in the year, I'll flip up to Katahdin. There's no set anything. Everything is very willy-nilly, up in the air, and I love that. I love that there's no deadlines. So yeah, there's no stress. I can finish. I can go as long as I need to, and I can finish whenever I want to. So I wanted to make this video weeks ago, but I couldn't articulate everything that I needed to articulate without getting incredibly emotional. I just made the decision this week to go back and get back on trail. It was eating at me. I found myself slipping into a place that wasn't healthy for me or anybody else. And I found my joy again. So it's like, okay, all right, let's just do this. Let's do this. You got this. So, but that's the good news. I'm getting back out there, and we're going to continue north. It could be going south at some point. We could, I don't know. Everything is up in the air, and that is beautiful. I'm so happy. So, okay. So that's the news, and I am rambling at this point, and we're, oh gosh, like 23 minutes of rambling. Let's see how far I can edit this down to where it's not just long, drawn out Nancy babble or hot sauce. I'm fixing to be hot sauce again. So, all right. Well, if you're still here and you're still listening, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you're here, and I can't wait to get back and show you guys the rest of my journey of the Appalachian Trail, and more other videos will come soon, and I will talk with you guys later. Bye.